caulking around the door opening to seal the back of the brick molding to the Tyvek, so we have a good seal. And we can also seal again the J-channel to the brick molding if we think that's necessary. But this should give us a good seal. And we're going to also caulk the concrete under the threshold of the door to seal it from any outside moisture trying to work its way in. The good thing about this house is it has concrete floors, so it's not as critical as a house with wood floors, where if you get water wicking under your door sill, you're going to rot out your subfloor and your joist. And boy, I've replaced a lot of those where no one ever caulked under the door when they set it. So we're going to give ourselves an adequate bead caulk here. Set right there, kind of lean it up. Now we'll have to get on top of that rat run at some point. You just chop that down a little bit with your finger, the rat run. Just we're going to try to stay centered on this caulk, which looks like we are. You just hold that there. Okay. I'm going to go inside and just make sure it's centered in the opening. Oh, I got caulk all over me still, see? Never fails. Never fails you get caulk on you until you get caught. See, now what you're looking for is this. You're looking for this reveal to be even. You want that to be even. And if it's not, it either means one side of the jam has to go up or down, or one side has to come in and out. So you're looking for that first, and you're also looking for this reveal along here. If it's bigger here than there, then it has to rock this way. This one's fairly close to being perfect. If we put a couple of shims right here behind this hinge, it'll force this gap over a little tighter, and it'll bring that gap a little bit bigger to match what the factory is on the hinge side over there, and we should be golden. You also want to look at where your strikes are with these knob holes, because they have to line up, and they're pretty good right where they are. We don't want to force it down too much, or it'll change that. These are two weather strip seals that get put in the bottom to seal right here on either side, and then they give you two screws that are long to see in the jam here. They have extra holes. Now, they never used to do this a lot of times. You'd have to pull one of the short screws out, and then you put your long screw in the middle and the top. Now, they even have an extra hole down here too, but they only give you two screws. So we'll use a deck screw for the third one. But if you get yourself 3 good screws in that jam, then you're locked in. That door should never move again once it's shimmed and screwed. And then they don't give you anything on this side, but I always put at least 3 screws on this side also, because a lot of times, actually, there was this other person who was building a house, and they backed the truck into the door, and it blew the whole door in off the trim. The trim stayed nailed on the outside, but this is just nailed to this. So unless you anchor something in here, it can still come apart later on. You don't want that to happen. So you shim this side and put screws in here. And what I usually do for that is, because I don't like having a big hole here and having to fill it. Now, you can use trim nails, which would work good, but we don't have them. So I take my square and I peel this weather strip back, and I sneak my screw behind the weather stripping. So you never have to put any caulk in it, and it's hidden, and it'll just be behind there, and you'll never know it's there. So that's how I do doors.